Hey, what's up guys, this is AJ. In today's lecture we are going to discuss about PIL. See, as I told you earlier also, I will repeat those points that in this lecture series we are going to, I'm going to dictate you some points, then you are going to write down those points on your notes and you are going to revise those notes. Okay, I don't have time to write those all those points in a slide, so we'll make it quick and efficient. Okay, so it will be easy for you also. So whatever I say, you just listen to it, you make notes out of those points, and you revise those notes as well as leave some space to upgrade those notes. Okay, so I will suggest you to create the notes on separate pages. Okay, don't use the notebook, use loose pages to write down the notes, and so that you can, in future if you are adding some points to that particular topic, then it will be easy for you. Again, what I am telling you is that almost all the angles we are going to cover about related topic, but still I'm not saying that these notes are perfect, and so you should leave some, this will be act as a base for that particular point. These points that I am going to tell you will be directly used in any answer writing that you are doing right now, or if you are doing or planning to do any answer writing. Okay, so for that points we are going to use this video series. Okay, so let's start. Today's topic is public interest litigation. So what is the introduction? See, there was a particular case or a judgment given by the Justice VR Krishna Iyer and Justice PM Bhagwati. Okay, so through that uh, judgment paved the way for PIL, that is public interest litigation. Means what? For the interest of public, anybody can file a case at a cheap cost in the Supreme Court. Okay, so that is that. So why PIL is introduced? See, the idea behind PIL is to improve the access of justice to those who otherwise too poor, or unaware of their legal entitlements. Okay, so what happens in a tribal areas, like they don't know what is the law, or do they have any rights to appear in front of court or to fight their rights in court. Okay, so they are unaware of these things, as well as the poor people, they don't have a financial support to fight for their rights in a court. So to give them justice, this idea of PIL was introduced. Okay, then directly we are going to jump on criticism. So why PIL is bad? So recently the Supreme Court gave a judgment in which they used the term PIL industry. Okay, so due to that we are discussing this point. Okay, so in GS2 predominantly, obviously this is the point we are going to most likely we are going to use this point in a GS2. Okay, so UPSC ask questions in a means most probably on contemporary issues. Okay, which are burning topics. On those topics only they ask GS2 paper. Okay, so that's why it is easy for us. But see, this point that we discussed yesterday, that is Rajya Sabha as well as this PIL, is these points are long lasting. So even if they are currently highlighted, still they must be in a news in the next year also. So we are going to discuss these points. So criticism, what is the criticism? PIL increased number of cases in the Supreme Court. As we know already, there are 3 crore cases pending in all the courts in India, and if you want numbers, then 60,000 courts are pending in a apex court. Okay, so this PIL also increases the number of cases in a Supreme Court. Okay, then what happens due to that? Then due to the less due to the high number of these cases, the justice get delayed. Okay, so remember this point. Then again, ever expanding scope of that PIL is creating a difficult job in front of Supreme Court. Okay, so like this PIL, subjects of this PIL are very diverse. Okay, so like Supreme Court has to think of all the action angles of the particular case that is filed against in the form of PIL. Okay, so this is the ever expanding scope of this PIL that is making a job of the judiciary difficult. Okay, again this word used by the Supreme Court is PIL industry, then misuse of PIL. Okay, so many frivolous cases are getting filed under the name of PIL. Okay, and without the PIL cost is very less, so there are more number of frivolous cases. Okay, then judicial overreach means what happens in some cases. The you must be known the article number 142. Okay, so 142 talks about the complete justice. So under this PIL, if particular, like I will give one example, like if there is a particular PIL in which Supreme Court's decision is like recently they passed one decision of banning the liquor bars nearer to the highways. Okay, so that was a judicial overreach. Okay, so these kind of things are produced more number due to there are many numbers of PILR filed in the Supreme Court. Okay, so again this PIL is used by so many peoples for publicity than the public cause. Okay, so more importance is given to the publicity than the public cause. If some particular person files a PIL, then he gets publicity, free publicity. So in that publicity, the person actually don't care about the cause that he filed a PIL on. But he just is the filing PIL to get publicity. Okay, so that is the criticism of this PIL. Next point is what is the way forward. Okay, so way forward is simple. Court should not allow politicians and others to delay legitimate administrative actions or to gain political objectives. So means what? Like you must have seen the movie Shivaji the Boss. Okay, so in that Rajnikant was building a educational society. Okay, he was building a education institute. So but his construction of that institute was stopped because there was a case filed in a Supreme Court. Okay, so these types of cases are filed against honest persons just to stop their particular construction work or anything that is development happening in that particular area. So these most of the time you will find that Adi Sheshan, what he was some kind of a one kind of a politician also. Okay, so these politicians are using this kind of way to delay the this development process, and in that process they also seek publicity. So again this same point happens that they are seeking publicity than the public cause. So court should not allow politicians and others to delay legitimate administrative actions. Okay, so this should court should consider this point. Next point is taking greatest caution and adopt procedure ensuring sufficient notice to all interest likely to be affected. Okay, so means what? If PIL is filed, then at that point Supreme Court should take into account all the interests that are likely to be affected, like the recent case of again liquor banning. Shops of liquors are banned which are nearer to the highways. Okay, so if this is a one only Supreme Court has only considered the one side in this matter. Okay, they should have considered the employment loss of the honest workers who are working in these types of shops. Okay, so what about them? this point is completely ignored by the Supreme Court. So that's why this way forward says us that consider the Supreme Court should consider all the angles before giving a judgment, or even accepting the particular case. Okay. Next, this PIL does not require a complete rethinking or restructuring. See, as I told you earlier, what was the logic behind the PIL is to give justice to the people who can't afford it, as well as who are unaware of these points, judiciary. So that's why this PIL does not require a complete rethink or restructuring. Okay, what is happening currently? There is a overuse and abuse of this PIL, so it is making this PIL stale and ineffective. Okay, so this is the actual point, that it is becoming stale and ineffective. Okay, then see, remember that it is an extraordinary remedy available at cheaper cost. As I told you earlier, filing a PIL is a very cost effective. So it is an extraordinary remedy available at cheaper cost. So how to minimize these cases? The last point is reclaiming its original glory by limiting its use to matters related to fundamental rights and matters of disadvantaged and underprivileged. See, what was the logic behind PIL? The logic is simple, that we should provide a justice to those who can't afford it, as well as those who are unaware of it. Okay, so that's why the our conclusion is saying, or way forward is saying, that we should limit the matters, like courts should limit the matters to the fundamental rights violation, as well as matters related to disadvantaged and underprivileged people. Okay, so only these types of cases we will accept under PIL. If there is a violation of fundamental right, then we will accept. Then if there is a matter of disadvantaged or underprivileged person, then we will accept these cases under PIL. But all other cases we are going to ignore. Okay, so there is a normal way, so but we will not accept these cases under PIL. Okay, so these are the points for PIL. So what I will suggest, as I told you earlier, again I will repeat, that you write these points, make notes out of this video on a separate loose pages, and leave some space to modify this particular note. Okay, so we discussed like what was the why this was introduced, who introduced this, what is the criticism, and what is the way forward. Okay, so these points are enough. So thanks guys for watching this video, and we will meet in the next video. Peace.